Yo, what is up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about Session Skate Simulator. More specifically, what can be done to make the game better or more what's the word? Flavorful, I guess. I have a list here on my phone that I'm gonna go over. Starting with more customization options. So that would mean probably things like hair, because when I first went to yo is my cat okay? Because when I first went to make my character, I was like, oh, I can't wait to skate as like myself or whatever. But when I went on and I saw only like maybe six, no, 2 times 3, yeah, about six customization, or not customization, like bodies, really. And then I was like, oh, okay, at least I can have long hair, right? No, I could either have a buzz cut or whatever this is. But yeah, I think having more faces, as well as hair, and body sizes, to switch your height, and adjust your weight. This also goes along with costumes, because as of right now they only have one, which is the Liquid Death, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which you can't get anymore. But I really want them to release more costumes, because I think that would be really cool. It doesn't even have to be like a collaboration with anything. It could be like maybe like a panda costume to go with the head that they have in the shop. So I think that would be pretty cool. Board equipment as well would be great. New like trucks and wheels and boards, along with like updates and stuff. But I was also thinking they could add like a new item. It could be a board, a hat, or whatever. They could add a new item maybe every like month or so, just to keep the game feeling like fresh, and to keep players coming back to see like what the new item is. Skate the new boards, wheels, try on the new hat or whatever. I think that would be pretty cool. Next we have more frequent DLCs. I don't want to say more frequent, because I think they're doing pretty good right now. However, I do have some pretty good suggestions for some maps that they could do. First off, I have an abandoned amusement park, because I really like the mall DLC, the abandoned mall. So I like the whole like abandoned thing that they did with that. Times Square would also be a great one to add to like the New York map, as well as Las Vegas. I think would be great. You could go in and skate the poker tables, and also famous skate parks as well. I think if you put in, I mean, they don't even have to be like famous or well known like Elias Coleman or FDR. Like they did with the starter bundle DLC. I think it would be cool if they just like kind of made up their own skate park, because I love skating the parks. I think they're always really cool. Now now this next one is more of an iffy one. I really put it on just as like a maybe multiplayer. I don't know whether it was confirmed or denied yet. Correct me in the comments. But if they put multiplayer in this game, it would make it 10 times better, because then you would be able to explore the cities with your friends, find new people, of course, play games of skate. I think that would be amazing. Now going back to the DLCs, I think it would be great if they could make an entire new city as a DLC. I was thinking like Los Angeles, because there's a whole bunch of great spots there. The city is great for skating. And that's why I think it would make a great new city, a new addition to the skate simulator. As for the pricing, I think maybe, depending on how big the city is, $15 to $20. Of course, I would understand if they make it more, because they're an indie studio, but let's see here. Next up, we have events. Now by events, I mean like challenges that are more like limited time for, like exclusive items, or you know money or something like that, but like special challenges that players can complete and earn something with. Next up on my list, we got Better City Life, which as you can see right now, there's a lag spike like every couple seconds, and I think that's a problem with everyone, and I think that's why it's still an experimental. But really, I think if they got it out of experimental, it would make the game way more lively and more fun, because I mean, I played Skate 3 a lot before I played this, and it just feels more like, it just feels lonely, I guess is the word. I think it would make the game feel even more real, and maybe like the people could like applaud you if you land a trick or something. That would be pretty cool. Now, I don't know whether I suck at this or not, like if I just have to get good, but I find grinding coping in this game pretty hard, as well as just vert skating in general. I think it would be cool if they gave us an easier way to do like 50-50s or rock to fakies or something like that. But that's really all I have for that. Vert skating, I want to be able to grind coping. Alright, next up we have a park creator, which isn't the way that most games have it, where you can like go into an area and just like place a bunch of like stuff that's already been made. What I mean is like a blank area, or not a blank area, an environment with like just an empty space that you can make your own park using the DIY items that you get from the shop and whatnot, instead of just having a bunch of like preset items already. So you have to like go in, buy the stuff, and then go to your park creator and then place that stuff down to make your own park. This one's pretty minor. It's not a big deal, but I would like to have the truck sizes stated whenever like equipping them, because sometimes I go to put trucks on a certain board and they end up like really small because they don't say what size they are. Like others say 144, 139. I know which boards to pair it with, but in this case it just doesn't say it at all. As well as board sizes, I know a few boards don't have the measurement, like 825, 85 or whatever it is, but I really want to be able to, I want them to clarify what the board and truck sizes are, because I don't want like a huge board with these little trucks or whatever on accident, because you can't tell what they are. Next up, I think would be really cool if there was a way to do bonelesses, and no complies. I love both of those tricks. They're probably like some of my favorite. Boneless is up there, top 5 totally. Not much else to say. I just want to be able to do those tricks, really. Now, if you play with the Brooklyn Bank scenario, you would know that at sunset there's this weird like lamp glitch, at least for me, because I play on the performance settings, but there's this weird like lamp glitch that doesn't happen with anything else. It just makes the lamp look foggy. I'm gonna play a clip here, but you can see it just doesn't look very lampy. Again, going back to the DLCs, I think it would be great if we could have more pro skaters added into the game.
Mark Gonzalez.
As well as challenges. I like what they did with Donovan Strain in the Paris map. He had a bunch of challenges that sort of showed you around the map, as well as the Chris Cole missions at the water park. I think were great. It showed you around the map, and it gave you a new pro skater, as well as a bunch of boards. So that would be great if we could have more skaters and whatnot. This next one is about their Discord server, which right now it's pretty bland, honestly. I think it would be great if there were places to really talk to people, I guess, and meet other session players, as well as post like your clips and whatnot for people to watch and stuff, I think that would be really great. Also, we have more collabs, which
Crooked.
really isn't necessary, I guess, but I think would be cool. I had on my list, I could only think of two, those two being SpongeBob and Tech Deck, because I know SpongeBob's been doing collabs with a whole bunch of stuff recently, like Brawlhalla. I know they did recently make some Tech Decks with Santa Cruz and Tech Deck. I don't really know what they could do with Tech Deck. Maybe they could just have like DIY items with their like name on it or whatever, or like, you know, they could take stuff from the real life, like the part creators or whatever. They could put parts from those into the game. That would be pretty cool. And last but not least, we have late shove-its. Now, I went to do a late shove-it, and I don't think that's what a late shove looks like. I don't really know if it flips or not. I don't think it's supposed to. That's usually not what shove-its do. So if late shoves could be fixed, that would be great. Alright, y'all, that's about it for this video. That's just a couple of things that I think would make Session way better. Feel free to leave more suggestions in the comments of what you think would be great additions to the game, and I will see you in the next video.